Namaste and welcome to Pioneers of Storytelling, a show where in every episode I will bring to you an exclusive interview with an architect of storytelling, movies, television, or books. Today, I have with me a director who's not only directed many hit films, but has successfully launched many new faces, like Kumar Gaurav, Sunny Deol, Paresh Rawal, Kajol, and Aishwarya Rai. He heads the jury of the Film Federation of India. And for me, it's a bigger privilege to have him here because in spite of him being a success story, he's always made me feel comfortable to approach him with any question, anytime. So let's together chat with Rahul Rawail. You know, Rahulji, you've directed so many films, but whenever I think about you, I have always associated you with Love Story and Betaab. Probably because when I was in my teens, every girl around me, including me, had a crush on Kumar Gaurav. And फिर धीरे धीरे that crush moved from Kumar Gaurav to Sunny Deol. तो इसका श्रेय तो कुछ आपको जाना चाहिए?
I wish I moved on to me. Why did I have to go on to Sunny and Bunty? I remember at that time there was a huge fan following with Bunty had, Kumar Gaurav. I would say that in those days we did not have the social media. Otherwise, the popularity was huge. It was bigger than Rajesh Khanna, who was really very big, but Kumar Gaurav much more. And I know it was the largest selling posters at that time were Kumar Gaurav. And even when I got married, my wife told me that she had a poster of his in her cupboard also.
Yeah, I remember those posters with the big signature. Thoda sa personal touch aa jata tha. And it's not just the actors, frankly, even the songs were super hit.
Yeah, that's all audio and Anand Bakshi.
That was for Love Story.
Both the films were done by them.
Okay.
Love Story and Betaab.
Okay, but hadn't you introduced a new singer for Betaab?
A new singer, yes. For Betaab, we had this guy, Shabir, who sings for Sunny. But even in Love Story, he was not a new singer, but he got known mainly from Love Story. That was Kishorda's son.
Amit.
He got mainly associated with Love Story.
Amongst all your movies, I would rank Arjun the best. It's a masterpiece in every possible way. Direction, screenplay, the action sequences, the chase sequences, the background music. How was it conceived?
See, basically that, Arjun did not have a strong story. It was based on the character. The character was very interesting. And Sunny did it very well. And I think the scenes just flowed. They were written very well by Javed Saab. And they flowed into the character because these were living characters whom we were seeing every day in Bombay. They were all around us, the educated unemployed.
I'm going to show a clip from Arjun, the chase scene with those hundreds of umbrellas, and then you should talk about it.
I was an assistant director with Raj Saab, with Mr. Raj Kapoor. And we used to go to Pune to his farm, Loni. He had a farm in Loni. So he used to like going there, and he liked working there. And he used to like to go by train. Rather than driving from Chembur, which was easier, he would rather drive all the way from Chembur to VT, which is the other end of Bombay. He'd drive all the way to get into a train called the Deccan Queen because of the snacks they served in the Deccan Queen. So that was the attraction of traveling on the Deccan Queen. We were very fond of eating. So whenever I used to go on that train, I used to be at the station a little earlier, around 4 or so. And bang opposite the station, in a gully, there's a very iconic, popular, even today is there, place called Panchampuri House. And it's a small little place. But it's a lane which leads to the station right in front.
Okay.
And in the rainy season, the monsoon, around 4:30, when people used to be walking down that road, you could only see umbrellas if you were at a height. So that was an impression in my mind.
Okay.
And when you get an opportunity while making a film, you get an opportunity to use references, you normally do that.
इतने सारे अम्ब्रेला तो आपने फिर बनवाए होंगे स्पेशली?
नहीं खरीद वो सब रेंट पे आ गए थे.
कितने थे टोटल?
There were 1,000 umbrellas. Oh, sorry. There were 2,000 umbrellas, but there were 1,000 extras. So each man was holding 2 umbrellas.
Oh, okay.
Because from the top, we couldn't see the number of people there are.
आपकी फिल्म डकैत के लिए बाकायदा फूलन देवी ने आपको इंस्पायर किया था?
देखिए ट्रेनिंग मतलब मुझे डाकू तो बनना नहीं था किसी ट्रेन में आउट Phoolan से I had this great time we spent with her where she told us a lot about the lives of the dacoits and more importantly was the locations. You see, जैसे जावेद साहब ने एक बार बहुत सही बात कही थी. We were supposed to make a film which was loosely based on Tarzan. Okay, so that means, there are animals and all that. So when he was narrating the script to me, he said, "Avtab, देखिए, मेरा शेर जो है, वो तो झाड़ में भी बैठ जाता है, वो गाड़ी में भी बैठ जाता है, तो वो आपको डिसाइड करना है कि ये झाड़ होगा या गाड़ी होगा या क्या होगा." So similarly, the script of Dacait, the locations were all there. So when we met Phoolan Devi in Gwalior jail, and we spoke to her about the locations we were looking for. And, every single place which had conceived between Javed Sahib and me about the kind of thing we want, like we want an old fort in the ravines and we want a river of this kind. And she pointed out all those places to us. She said, "You tell me what you want because ravines have got everything."
You've launched Kajol and Bekhudi and then Aishwarya Rai. Why do you like working with newcomers? Isn't it a kind of risk when it's a high-budget film?
See, Kumar Gaurav was launched in Love Story because his father produced a film. He wanted to make a film for his son. So was Sunny in Betaab. So Dhanji wanted to make a film for his son. Amrita, of course, because I believe in one thing, that if you have a new girl, a new boy, having a new girl with her becomes more attractive. So that's how we got Amrita. And Amrita was an excellent actress. I see a lot of Amrita in Sara. Of course, she's the mother. But I keep telling her, I said, "Dingy, your daughter is not what you were." See, Kajol, again, it was a love story I wanted to make. So I wanted a newborn, a new girl. And the boy was supposed to be Seth. It was Seth in the film. But I shot for 3-4 days. But I think he was a little kid who was very irresponsible. And I couldn't take that irresponsibility. So I had to replace him. Then Aishwarya, of course, she had the Miss India, Miss World tag, and very pretty, no doubt.
You see Raj Kapoor as the biggest inspiration. So do any of your films or your film scenes reflect his style of filmmaking?
I've learned everything there is to know about filmmaking from him only. He's the only person, who has been a strong influence in my life. I imbibe so much from him. And I've done a book on him. It's called Raj Kapoor, The Master at Work. See, the books written on Raj Kapoor have spoken about his lifestyle, the showman that he was, and the great parties that he had. But nobody has written about his work.
Which is real Raj Kapoor.
Just the work. It was the way the man thought and how his whole world evolved around cinema. And I worked very closely with him. So the book has great anecdotes, some great stuff about him and the team of people. And, how music was formed by them is very, very funny at parts. There's a lot of information there which even Dabu and all did not know about, which is there in the book. I had to kind of meet people and try and get things from people which I did not know about. But and there was one Mamaji in the studio who's now about 95, I think. He remembered a lot. So the whole founding of RK Films, the studio, and things which came about.
And when are you releasing this?
It's being released by Bloomsbury, the publishers of Bloomsbury. They would like to release it in the third quarter of next year.
August, September kinds. So Brussels में भी कर लीजिए launch?
If you want to, we find a sponsor and launch it there. You should read the book as soon as I'll send you a copy right the moment they clear it from the publishers. I'll send you a copy for the release. We all know you've been closest to Rishi Kapoor. You've been friends since childhood. No, it's we were in school together from the first standard school. We were little kids. We known each other for 60 years. His going away has been a very. It's been like one slice of my life which went away. I still can't get over it, but there's nothing one can do, really. You've been in the selection committee of many film festivals. You even head the jury of the Film Federation of India. Do you think it's essential for any Indian film to win an Oscar or even compete for it? I mean, हमारी अपनी एक पहचान है. क्यों हम अपनी पहचान को दूसरों की पहचान के बीच में ढूंढें? Look, if you're talking about the Oscars itself, to me, the Oscar is nothing different from the Filmfare Award. If the Filmfare Award is held in India, the Oscar is held in America, the US. It's for those audiences. Now we go to the best foreign language film. That then becomes like entering a film in any festival, because there's a lot of prestige involved if you win in a festival. The only difference being that film festivals, whether it is Cannes or Germany or Berlin or anywhere, even Goa, you have a jury which is people from different places in the world, right? But in the Oscars, your jury finally is going to be mainly the Americans, because it is their function. So, and entering it into the foreign language, I don't think is, it's fine. I don't agree with one thing, that you should be making a film for the Oscars. Why? You should make a film for your own country, for which is your target audience. And then see that the Americans like it, like it happened with the last film, Parasite.
Yeah.
Parasite was a South Korean film. It was made for the South Korean audiences, but it appealed to the Americans also. So that's fine. That's what happened with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2. They were not made specifically for the Americans.
Now, before I end, I'm just going to take 3 more minutes of yours, just to know a little more about Rahul Rawail. Do you believe in astrology, Vastu, letter K?
No, I don't believe in letter K. I know it's worked for Buddhu and it's worked for Balaji also. I don't mind indulging in astrology. I read tarot cards myself.
Okay.
But tarot is not astrology. Tarot is only talking about a way of life. And then people, when the picture is released here, they take the film print to Sai Baba, Shirdi, or they take it to Tirupati or to Ajmer Sharif. But why? I mean, you mean your film cannot do well unless it has divine intervention. So you don't have confidence on your own product. I find that very silly.
Your biggest fear?
Elevators. I'm mortified, terrified of elevators.
Do you want to get into politics?
I don't know. I've never got the opportunity, but if it comes, yeah, I might want to. If it comes, if I get an opportunity.
Your favorite politician?
Our PM at the moment. I know lots of friends are going to hate me because lots of people here don't like Narendra Modi, but then there are people who don't like him. They don't like him just because he's in the government. I think there's just a anti-government feel in them. For what? Because they had the same feel about this when the Congress was in power. Oh, we hate that. Oh, they're so corrupt. They're this, they're that. Now, since Mr. Modi is coming, oh, he's terrible. So it's the same story repeating itself. In fact, I think the kind of things Mr. Modi's government has brought into India have had far-reaching consequences which this country needs.
And habit that you want to break?
And one habit which I had was a bad habit was smoking. I used to smoke 60 cigarettes a day, which was bad, till I just threw it away about 10 years back. So my problem is I'm too frank, and sometimes I feel that's not a good habit, that I'm so frank, and then people don't like that frankness. And then I think, to hell with them, I'm not living for people, I'm living for myself.
Exactly.
And I would call a spade a spade. It doesn't matter to me.
जैसे आपको देख के लगता नहीं है कि आप हंसते होगे, है ना? The impression that one gets. Seriously, you look quite serious.
If you say something, I laugh if I find it funny. But I can't laugh because the world is laughing at something. It has to be personal. I should also find it funny. That's what I want to do. I want to do a web series. It's going to be called Navras. The 9 expressions in the culture in India. And like one of them is laughter. Now, laughter doesn't have to be that you laugh at something which is funny. You could be laughing at something which is very sad, but you're expressing it with laughter. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
Thank you so much for coming on my show.
I've enjoyed this thing of yours. It's been very nice to converse with you about all these things. I have only one complaint. I wish I had been in a better background and I could see more of Brussels.
So next time when you come for the launch, we'll plan another interview in Brussels.
I hope you have a great show. Any assistance you need, you're most welcome to ask me for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.